Hello, everybody. Today is Saturday, and we have to talk about Star Wars Skeleton Crew. People magazine has given us our first exclusive look, so we'll kind of break down what we know so far. Let's jump right into it. So, Star Wars Skeleton Crew was announced a while back, and the premise of it was quite interesting. We were told that this is going to be Goonies meets Star Wars, essentially. We were told this was going to be a coming of age saga about some kids going on an adventure, and that in itself sort of had me intrigued. Knowing that it's sort of a Goonies-like vibe really did kind of make me wonder how they pull this off. And then the announcement of the cast came, and we had Jude Law announced as one of the very first people we heard about in this cast. And Jude Law is an amazing actor. And then information kind of stopped coming out for a little bit. But we knew it was still happening, and we had that bare bones description of what this was going to be like. And now at last, People Magazine has given us our first exclusive look at this project. So they start off by stating the obvious that Jude Law has joined the famed intergalactic universe with Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And they talk about this by saying, in People's exclusive first look at the latest addition to the iconic franchise, the actor 51 takes on the role of Jad Nawood in Disney's new coming-of-age series. When four kids make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, they get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. According to the show's official synopsis, finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. In addition to Law, child actors Ravi Cabot-Converse, Cariana Crater, Robert Timothy Smith, and Ryan Kira Armstrong will also star in the series, and I am so sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. When asked about what Star Wars fans can expect with the latest addition to its cinematic universe, Law tells people that the first word that comes to his mind when describing the series is joyful. He also explains that viewers will watch the kids maneuver through places where they shouldn't be, and adds that seeing children in that environment, in a Star Wars environment, is thrilling and very, very unique. It is a fun place to be, this universe of Star Wars, he adds with a smile. And there are great references to old films and recent episodes and series. There's a lot of originality that will bring a feeling of fun to those who watch it. In Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Law tells People magazine that he and his younger cast members are all in a constant state of confusion and jeopardy and challenge. He adds that the series is very much a piece about working together and overcoming fears and overcoming perhaps one's opinion of oneself or one's own weakness in order to succeed. I had a wonderful time making this with everyone involved, he says of his time with the children actors. Those four in particular who worked with me very closely were just great fun and incredibly professional. I am immensely proud to be part of their crew. Series creators John Watts and Christopher Ford share the same sentiments and open up about the tight-knit bond Law formed with the kids on the set. Because he's with the kids all the time, he's also kind of felt like the co-director, producer with us, and he's co-acting coach, giving the kids tips, and they would look to him. He really became sort of a mentor figure to the kids as well. Watts recalls and Ford's adds he didn't have to do that. He just did because it was nice and it would make things work great. Watts also reveals that the series will introduce a new droid named SM-33, who he exclusively tells people will be voiced by Nick Frost. He's like a rusty, old, cranky droid that sort of reluctantly helps the kids along the way, he says with a laugh, noting how fun and absurdly perfect Frost's contributions are. He adds, the other thing about him is that he's the first mate of a mysterious ship. Not only are the inclusion of the droids in any Star Wars project crucial, Law also says, that versatile robots were an inspiration to work with. Of course, you were expecting to work with droids and alien species, but you forget that they're brought to life in front of you by these extraordinary people who have skills, whether it's puppets or as animatronic experts, he explains. You're surrounded by them because they are as much a part of the cast as those who are flesh and blood. Watts and Ford also say that hover bikes was integral to telling the story of childhood adventure, not only for the audience tuning in, but also for the child actors involved. They had these little bikes and they were on rails and they'd slide back and forth and left and right so that they could turn and bank, Watts explains. While Ford recalls watching guys in full green suits helping out in the background. In reality, it looks completely insane, and for the kids, the main direction was stop smiling because they were having so much fun, Watts adds. Among the things audiences have to look forward in the new series, Law tells people that his character Jude is someone who uses quick thinking, charm, and conversation to get out of all sorts of scenarios. He adds that eagle-eyed Star Wars fans will be able to spot details that pay homage to the original films. If you look carefully, we got some Star Wars tech that dates right back, I believe, to the original film, he reveals. They do Easter eggs as well. That's one of the joys, I think, of this universe for those who know. There are little details hidden away or Easter eggs that people can find and link up. Watts confirms Law's statements and teases that there are a lot of Easter eggs to be found. In fact, Ford says that he and Watts had the fun and challenge of finding some deep cut references. I can't wait, Watts gushes. I mean, even in the first episode, there's a couple really great references that certain fans will immediately recognize. Despite this, the duo ensure viewers that they don't need to be well versed in the intergalactic franchise to appreciate the magic. You don't have to know everything about Star Wars to enjoy the show, Watts shares. You can come into it completely fresh and enjoy the story. But if you happen to be a Star Wars superfan, there's a lot for you. And Star Wars premieres on Disney Plus on December 3rd. So there's a little time before this show premieres, but not too much when you consider the advertising we're going to start getting for it and the first look at whatever aliens and other things come with that. Now, I do find it very cool that this is described the way it is described. And from everything Jude Law is saying and the directors and writers are saying, this feels like it will be a nostalgic Star Wars type of show. And even if they don't have Jedi Knights and Sith Lords running around in it, I do feel that it's going to have a lot to look forward to. In fact, this show kind of reminds me of the old Ewok movies. If you know about the Ewok movies, you know that they took place in the Star Wars universe, but they're no longer canon. But the thing was that they were fun, adventure-filled little movies for children. And this is kind of for a younger audience to be introduced into the fandom that we enjoy. So actually, I do think it's a good thing. And it's going to have things for us adult Star Wars fans as well. It's going to have all sorts of Easter eggs that we can look forward to and try to spot and pick out. And anytime you're giving me lore and nostalgia, I'm there. And in Star Wars, there are those three things I look forward to: lightsaber fights, aliens, and space travel. And we may not get to see lightsabers, but then again, we may. We are, however, going to have aliens and space travel, and that is something. I always enjoy when we get to see aliens as part of the main cast too, and that is what we have here. So already they gain a plus from me because we are seeing aliens incorporated into the main cast of characters as well as in the background. So that's kind of fun too. And I love the fact that this is sort of a Goonies-like adventure. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I look forward to hearing all the details as they slowly start to come out about this show. I look forward to seeing how they pull this off, and if they can do it to where Star Wars fans have something that they can bring their kids to watch and incorporate their kids into the universe that they love so much. That is where I'm going to leave it off to you with the question: are you excited about this show? Do you think that this is going to be worth it? What do you want to see from this show? Do you think having a more Ewok adventure type of vibe is the way they need to go with this series? Are you excited about being able to watch this with your entire family? Maybe getting your younger generation of children involved in the franchise that you love so much. As always, we want to know what you guys think. Make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below. Make sure you're sharing this video with all of your friends. They're gonna want to be a part of this conversation as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.